It is me, your favorite actor, the Hollywood assassin Marc Chouen, for another episode of Hollywood's Corner, brought to you by Shot of Wrestling. Today, I have a very, very good guest here. He is someone that I love. He was probably one of the first people to be really nice to me in the indie scene. um, Shane Fair, what is up, bro?
Hollywood Marc Chouen. Good to see you, my friend. I was nice to you, but truth be told, man, I that's a phrase I like to say often, truth be told. So that's a good thing, I guess. That's I like to be truthful. But I remember when you first came to BCW, I was like on high alert. I was like, who is this guy? I was like, is this the new announcer? I was like, I didn't know what to think you, man. I was like, all I know is like you exuded talent and you were a serious threat, but you were also nice as hell. So it was like I didn't know what to make of you. So, I was a big fan right off the bat. But, you have to what do they say? You have to identify your competition. And man, when you set my radar off the first time I met you, I was like, this guy is handsome. I was like, he has proper dental work. I'm like, on myself. He's exudes just a radiance of talent. So I was like, all right. I think I might have my pink slip in my locker at some point.
Oh no. Well, dude, first off, my man, my wife is gonna kill you because my head just went like this. There's no more space in my apartment right now. So thank you for that. No, but seriously, that means the world to hear. Because dude, I'll be honest with you. Anthony Cole invited him to BCW. I met him in an LAW show previous before. That was only my second time ever at an indie show in any capacity.
Wow.
So I really didn't know either. I didn't really know anyone. Honestly, I wasn't even really in with Satsujin yet as far as being friends. I had no idea what was up at all. So I didn't even know what my role was going to be. I knew I was coming in as a manager. Well, that's how it was being advertised as. Knew nothing about ring announcing or commentary even at that point. So it was crazy. So dude, honestly, I did ring announcing I think once only. There's no way I could live up to you at all. There's no way. This is my weakness. I'm out. This is what I'm good at. I'm going to focus on that.
Well, you're excellent at it. More than good. You're the king, man.
Thank you.
Big fan of Shot of Wrestling, as you know, and huge fan of yours, of course.
Thank you, my man. Much appreciated. Dude, I love it every time, we hear your voice on there. It's a huge honor for us that you're able to do that for In the News with Michael J. Puddy and Marc Chouen. I can't do it as good as you. But dude, we have to focus on something here because you have a really cool background here, brought to you by Abel, the Green Man from Shot of Wrestling. But seriously, BasketBrawl, I'm seeing all over social media. I am pumped for you. I know there's something you're running.
Definitely.
Let's talk more about this, man.
Okay. Wanted to do something. I wanted to get everybody together. Something, because we all want to get together. We always have that desire, we want to do a barbecue. Oh, we all should do this. We have this kinetic energy that never seems to, materialize into something where we can all get together. So I was like, maybe, if I organize some sort of basketball game. So I wanted to do one better. I was like, I want to organize us and help somebody at the same time. Mm-hmm. So there was a particular fan, Azalea, who goes with her mother Melissa to a lot of games and everything. So upon seeing her posts, I became aware of Miracle League of Mercer County in Hamilton, New Jersey. And basically, this is a baseball league that lets children who probably ordinarily may have been left out of the whole Little League experience and gives them a place to play. It's situated right in the middle of the Sawmill YMCA site where the game is going to go down. It's right in between two Little League fields. It's beautiful. It has the Field of Dreams cornfield out in center field and everything that. It's so cool. So I saw that the league brought a lot of joy to a lot of people in that area. So I know, and you can attest to this. I go to New Jersey to just decompress on the weekend. So it's I get to leave New York and I'm welcomed by New Jersey every weekend. So I wanted to do something for New Jersey and a New Jersey charity because just to give back for the escape that state provides me on a weekend. I joke around, I might get the pizza battle. I might get a little heated, but yeah, I love New Jersey, so I wanted to do something. So the stars aligned, knowing Azalea, knowing her involvement with the Miracle League, and such like that. I wanted to do something positive. So I reached out to Miracle League, and they were receptive. They were a little confused, Mark. They're like, okay, wait, you want to organize a bunch of wrestlers to play basketball to support our baseball league? Okay. So, I was met
Oh
with a
my
little.
God, that's funny because like, yeah, they got to really break that down. So these
Right.
wrestlers are playing basketball, no way related to baseball, but you're doing this for baseball. Okay, you have a check that's not going to
That's
bounce, right? Awesome, let's do this.
a giant check. You're like, I remember in semi-pro, oh, you're gonna need a bigger bank to cash that in.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna. So, yeah, I told Miracle League, I was, and he says, what do you need from me? I was like, basically, all I'm gonna need you to do is like send over some PNG files of your graphic, and show up on August 1st and get the giant check.
So I have to ask this though. This is a follow-up question to that. I mean, we were joking before. So why not baseball? Why did you choose basketball?
It just seemed like there was like an undercurrent of like a lot of basketball enthusiasts in the wrestling community. It seems like there was a little
Yeah.
groupings where these guys would get together, like Steve Scott, Ryan T, and like Vargas and TJ Crawford. Like they'd all get together and play basketball. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start with basketball. We'll think, there's some other things down the line, and we won't get too ahead of ourselves. But
But why not basketball? No, I'm joking.
Can I tell you something, Mark? We used to play this strange game down near the train station where we used to bounce the basketball, and if it went by you, it was a double. If you such like so, we called it
Oh,
baseball. And when that movie came out, we were like, what? What? Like,
no way. You could have
I
sued.
mean, we played it totally differently. We had totally different rules, but it did use a basketball, and it had baseball, rules. It was like handball, basketball, and baseball put together, basically, like essentially.
That's mad funny. So can you break this out? So is it just it's basket and then we have brawl in here? Is it going to be wrestling infused in there? Is it going to be a mix of wrestling and basketball, or is it straight up basketball rules?
It's going to be straight up basketball rules. However, there is going to be like basketball elements like surrounding it. What I mean by that, there's going to be tag in on the fly substitutions. So like if you get winded, as long as you're holding on to that tag rope, you can make the tag and the next guy can come right in. So that we have a lot of guys. We've got over 20 people aside. And I know some of the people on the teams are complaining about that as far as play time. So that's the fix. We're going to try to get people in and out. But the game itself, I'll tell you right off the bat, is going to be on the up and up. It's not a Harlem Globetrotters Generals type affair. Like no one's going to come eat your popcorn in the middle of the game, or like, no one's going to get hit with a chair while going up for a layup.
It's not predetermined or whatever anyone else wants to call it.
As it isn't predetermined, have my fingers crossed for a tight game though. So I tried to like both of myself and Donovan tried to balance the teams, as the heel coach with his selections in mind. So I don't know. I'm hearing early that the faces have a favorite.
Did you now? How did you come up with like the people to get involved in this? Like, was it based on like wrestling, who's known in wrestling, or was it known off like, or who's good at basketball even? Like, how did you guys determine this? Because I have a bone to pick there because I am a basketball player. I'm in the wrestling world, and yet I didn't get a call. What is up with that?
Oh man, these rosters filled up. You saw the Bobby Brady voice break there. Well, Mark, but I don't know. The rosters filled up so quick. Now I feel like that promoter's guilt, where it's like you have your event booked and like that there's those DMs still coming in. It's like, oh no, how could I have forgotten about such and such?
No, it's all good. No, in all seriousness, though, I am actually intrigued to know like how that was determined.
Right.
Did you guys really base it off basketball talent at all, or no?
Okay, it was like a cauldron. It was a mixture of like people that I know are good at basketball, people who really embody the dynamic of either a face or a heel. That really like don't straddle the middle, like that really are kind of the polar opposites. So we got that. And I'm gonna be honest, Mark. A lot of it had to do with people who, like, have shown me love in the business. Like when it came to time to to choose the commentators. Of course, Pete Rosado is one of the most talented people that I know, but I also picked him because he opened 3 doors for me, like in the business. So like, of course, when it comes time, you're gonna make sure, So certain things like that. Casey Navarro, I love. So of course he's gonna get picked. And Saeed Al-Sabah, that's my closest person to me in the business. So of
That's
course
your
I'm
boy, man. You talked about it before with Abel on this very podcast
right,
too.
right.
So I was not surprised to see that on there.
Brought him into, well, I don't want to say brought him into, like I have, like, but I helped pitch him to Magic, and let him know, like, let them be aware of, like, the rare talent that he was. And within his second match at Pro Wrestling Magic, he broke the longest reigning championship streak in the history of the company, and he captured the light heavyweight championship. So,
Right.
I sing the praises of Saeed, but he makes it very easy. It's like it's basically a recommendation for your recommendation when you present him.
No,
It
of
gives you
course.
that much
But
more
listen,
credit.
I saw the draft. I saw who was in there, and I was like, wow, that is one hell of a roster on both sides right there.
Right.
I don't necessarily know how good they are at basketball, but I know they are amazing wrestlers. So like
Hey,
that's why man, I just have so many questions. Let me just have Shane on.
awesome, man. Hey, I'm here to answer, man. Like, you know what? I feel like a human fact right now, because it's like I've answered all these questions in my mind, not aloud, a million times, and it's like I'm losing serious sleep. Like on like, I might joke and say that, but I'll wake up in the middle of the night thinking about an aspect of this, and I can't go back to sleep. So it's like it is affecting my daily life. There's a lot of pressure to come up with that. I set a goal of $5,000 and various means of fundraising, some of which I added during the process, because just to pad the bet and make sure that we get to that number and everything. So
And how are you guys doing?
the GoFundMe right now is nearing the $1,000 mark. The sponsorship is going to be very important. The ticket sales are going very well. We're over like 30% sold on the tickets, so that's going to make up a good portion of it. The fundraising is very important, and truth be told, like I don't want to, I feel uncomfortable even saying this, but like I took out a loan just to pay for the jerseys, like a personal loan, just because I
Wow.
don't want to detract from a single penny from like what we've collected, what we're gonna, so I've invested
Keep on
personally in
up
this.
and
So
up. I
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel you. I feel you. That goes to show, like, how much you believe in, not necessarily the event, but it sounds like for the cause in general, because like an event's an event, but at the end of the day, this is for a good reason.
right, right. I have my name on it too, so there's a lot, like I don't want to let anybody down as far as that's concerned. And I want the talent themselves, like I want them to walk away having a great day. Like, oh, do you remember that, that basket? I want this to be a memory that, lasts. I remember seeing the stepdads, who were also part of the Faces team. They participated in a fan talent wiffle ball game like a couple of years ago, and I remember they posted the pictures like years after that. So like I saw that and I was like, I want to create that kind of memory, like for the talent.
Yeah.
I want them to remember this for years, hopefully. See
Do
like
you
somebody
feel
wearing
it's going to
the
be like a
jersey.
yearly thing, or is it going to be like a one-off? Like, what are you feeling right now? Or is it
It's
too early to determine?
I have plans. If it is a success, if in the event that it is as successful as I hope it is, which it seems to be going that well, and everything's falling into place. Haven't really had any speed bumps yet, knock on wood, but
But
I
producing, if I know as a producer, you can knock on wood all you want. It's going to happen.
sure, sure.
It's just like, how do you respond to that?
I'm still waiting for like the building manager to get back to me to like up the number of tickets we can have, after the guidelines have been, changed. So there's a lot
Well,
of little
this is
things
not
like that.
your first rodeo, though. This is not your first time like put it on an event, though.
Yes.
Or
Oh yeah, this
this
is
is
it, man. Yeah, oh yeah. That's another thing too, Mark. I wanted to go through like the motions and the exercise of organizing an event where I was going to have the scrutiny of people like oh, Shane's wrestling event. Did you see it? Oh, it sucked. Or it was that, like I wanted to just do something where I don't have the scrutiny and it has a much more positive energy, where we're all doing something together, collectively positive. So I can go through, it's great for me. It's like a litmus test. I see who is supportive. I see who shares those links. I see who's asking, if they can help. And it's a litmus test, man. You really, if this was if in the actual event of a wrestling event like the ticker and the emergency broadcast, if in the event this was an actual wrestling event, I'd really have a good gauge as to like the performance, production standpoint wise of a lot of the talent that I never really would have seen before. So
No, you have to, because it's not just a matter of it's different when you're a talent, right?
Mhm.
And then when you take a behind the scenes role of like of like in a producer role, if
Right.
you will. You do look at everything, like the things you would never even think of. And I feel like it does help you as a talent, if you will, right? Like,
Sure, yeah, right. I would say so long run because I'll have a new I first of all I have a new respect for anyone who has to run an event every month. I don't think unless you have done that you have an appreciation for like the logistical nightmares that you encounter every 30 days. So even if you're running infrequently, say quarterly, it's still a great headache. There's a lot of variables, there's a lot of moving parts that you have to put the gears in place. And like I wanted to do it solo. I see the problem sometimes with too many chefs in one kitchen in the
right.
in the wrestling world. So I wanted to do this solo.
Oh boy. And
But
how's that been? You feeling good with it, or you feel like maybe I should have had someone else on?
I might be at the helm, but like the first mate and I have like the finest first mate and the finest navigator
Okay.
and
So you do
so
have a team at least helping you, at
you know
least.
what? It's formed. I guess it is like at first it was like, oh, this guy's helping with this, but that's what it has become. It's become a team because in the like the case of the draft graphics, you had Abe making me the beautiful draft plates. I would add the graphic to that, and then I would send it to my friend Noel DiMaggio in Texas, who stayed up all night adding the nameplates and the crayons on the bottom, like just to
Got it.
so it was like all of a sudden it was like, wow, this is a team. Like this is a team effort. Like three people are working on the graphics right now. So yeah, exactly,
No,
man.
that's amazing. Because I trust me, I know from producing one of my first goes at it, like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this myself. I can do it myself. Blah blah blah. It's just so chaotic.
Right.
No matter what, even if you have a team, like there are things that can go wrong, but at least you have a team to fall back on. You can delegate. You have other people to help you out or bounce ideas off of. By yourself, you're an island, and like you're pretty much setting yourself up to fail. But I am glad you at least have like a team to help you
Sure.
out there with that. Like where to go and who to delegate to, blah blah blah.
Right.
Listen, dude, it's August 1st, right? The BasketBrawl. You still have a couple months away to go. I think you're doing it right from what I'm seeing with the marketing
Thank you.
standpoint. The buzz around it. I'm rooting for you, my man. I'm rooting
Thank
for you as a friend, and I'm rooting for you just in general for the cause and
I
for the wrestling
appreciate it.
community itself. I think this is a wonderful thing you're doing, bro.
Thank you, man. This is a culmination of all of the lessons I've learned from all the promoters that I've worked for, and I don't mean and all positive lessons. So this is like fundraising and such like that, and I've learned from so many. Like I've learned from all the different aspects, and this is really just and I've gone to I call them like the oracles. Like I have like those six, 5 or 6 guys that like, Master, can you please guide me? Like like hat in hand, and I'll like Chad Minez, he doesn't want to like talk about his involvement, but the guy put his insurance out so I can get the venue for this building. So like, these are
That's
people,
amazing.
Mark, the thing is, I say it's like the people that I thought I could like, trust, and none of them let me down. It's the coolest feeling. Like the people that I thought I could count on and thought that, they would support this effort, every one of them has, and every one of them has like defied my expectations. Like we were saying earlier, like you don't want to delegate to different people. Like I had that mentality where it's if you want something right, do it yourself type thing.
Right,
But I'm
right.
starting to find if you want something done right, you might be more impressed by somebody doing it better than what you thought was right. Like in the case of like Noel and Abel, Abe came up with better graphics than I could have envisioned.
He's
He did a little
fantastic.
twofer. Oh, it was awesome, man. And the
No,
faces graphic, I drew him some little tchotchke, chicken scratch drawing, and then he put like the split picture where it had my drawing and this. So
oh my God. I'll bounce ideas sometimes because I during the pandemic I was teaching myself and Able actually guided me on how to do some graphic design stuff
oh
myself.
wow,
So like I was doing some stuff for Shot Wrestling, and then like because I know he's busy, man, and like he showed me like his stuff. I'm like, wow, I thought I did a good job, but
oh it's amazing.
bound down to the master right here.
And all right, and you know how we said like I have new respect for people who have to run every month and such like this. Like I my deadline and maybe my work rate as far as graphics concerned sucks compared to Abe's, and Abe, his quality just blows out anything I can do. So to think that me with my no life takes X amount of hours to make a graphic, and this dude's like, at a white party in a spritzer on the weekend, and he's demoing his house during the week, and he's going through all this and has a family, and he's still turning out graphics for this event.
And he's got a quick turnaround too. Like he showed me, we're together at a bar once, just like talking shop, and he just showed me within like what would have taken me hours, he just did like in seconds. I was like, you
That's
have
awesome.
to be kidding me, man. Like seriously, I'll never get to your level. I don't just know if I want to.
Templates for your friend, man. I was walking the day of the draft. I was walking to the bagel store, and I was because I didn't want to drive to the bagel store, so I would have more time to do graphics while I walked. So I was banging out graphics and like sending them in the shared folder to Noel as I'm like, with the tongue out, walking across the street, just banging out graphics like as I'm walking for a bagel in the morning. So you got to like maximize that time, and even with maximizing my bagel walk time to do graphic edits, Abel still laps me in terms of quality and quantity.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not surprised. But yeah, you definitely picked some good people there to do the work for you, man. I can see it. Like I said, I'm stoked for it. Hey, where can they find? Where can they donate? Where's the GoFundMe? So I can put it down to the bottom graphic there.
If you just go to GoFundMe and search BasketBrawl, all one word, it should come right up. If you want tickets, they are available on Eventbrite. We have both VIP and GA tickets. The VIP ticket will get you an event poster. It'll get you an event T-shirt, get you early access so that you can enter the building earlier and pick, do you want half court? Do you want, down near the net? So you'll get, preferential seating. And then you'll also have a photo op with the talent of your choosing at center court. It looks like Brian K., the photographer, is going to be in the house, who's like, I know you're familiar with him at BCW. Brian K. is like the best, And
seriously, I love that dude. He does such a good job. He gets me at the right angles always.
There's always something, man. You go to the goodie bag like after the show, and you go through those 300 pics, like, ooh, it's like
my god,
studio shoot
every time. I was gonna ask, is this gonna be streamed anywhere? Is this gonna be can people watch it online at all?
Well, okay, now GoPro Wrestling, I'm sure they're one of the best AV production. They've worked with BCW, of course. They're the regulars over at Pro Wrestling Magic, where I'm most familiar with them. They're doing the product, they're doing the production and everything like that, the video. So we're trying to go for Fight TV or IWTV if anybody would answer their damn emails. So and that's
pick up the phone.
Oh man, come on. And it's like that's essential too, because we want to profitize the final product so that we can make just a little cherry on top for the Mercer County, the Miracle League of Mercer County. So.
No, awesome. So I guess more details will come on that. Shane, as we get closer, I'd love to have you back on, or even after the event, so we could rehash and know how it went, because I want to follow this journey. I am psyched for you, bro. I am so happy, and wishing you the best of luck. Shane, my man, thank you for joining my show, Hollywood's Corner, here with me, Marc Chouen. And for those of you back home watching, you can watch, or you can listen rather, Shot of Wrestling on any other podcast form that you listen to your podcast to. We talk about wrestling shows every week. We debate about wrestling topics. We do it all. That's wrestling based. It's me, Michael J. Puddy. In the meantime, Chouen is